Okay, hello everybody. So it is Thursday, so first period is going to have the quiz today, and so quiz for first period, quiz today, and for fourth period the quiz will be Friday. So then this assignment is going to be for both of you on the off days, and this one isn't due until Monday, okay? So this assignment isn't going to be due until Monday, whatever the day that is. Hold on, Monday, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think the 12th. I think 10, 12, okay? So today I'm going to teach this lesson, and it's really for Friday / Monday, but it's solving polynomial equations. Okay, solving polynomial equations. So knowing the degree helps. Because if you know the degree, then that's how many answers we're going to have. So by knowing the degree, that's how many answers. So the degree tells us how many answers. Now there are real answers and there are imaginary. We haven't got to imaginary yet, but it's always going to hold true. Some of our answers are going to be answers we can't take yet, but we're always going to go along with that. So first of all, let's do example 1. So I notice x cubed. So right off the bat, here's what I know. I know for sure there's going to be 3 answers. Okay, so let's find out if we can get all 3 answers. You can't really solve for x in this form. So what you have to do is you have to factor, because when we factor, we're looking for many equations. Okay. In fact, in this case, I'm hoping for 3 many equations, because if there's 3 answers, I'm hoping for 3 many equations. So if I'm going to factor this, the first thing I recognize in here is there's a common multiple of 2, because 2 goes into 2, into 12, and into 18. And there's a common x. With all 3 terms, they all have at least an x, so common factor out the x. Now if I common factor the x out of all 3 terms and pull it out, what's left over? Well, in the first term, an x squared. In the second term, 2 goes into 12 6 times, or negative 6x. In the third term, 2 goes into 18 9 times, and I took out the x. Now, if there are 3 answers, then I need 3 many equations, so I'm going to factor again. So factor again. Don't forget the 2x. Don't forget the 2x. And then I know to get an x squared, I'm going to go x and x. And to get a 9, I'm going to go 3 and 3, but I want to go negative 3 and negative 3. So I have 3 many equations. Awesome. I will get 3 answers. Even though 2 of the answers will be the same, I'm still going to get 3 answers. So I'm going to go 2x equals 0, mini equation. I'm going to go x minus 3 equals 0, mini equation. And x minus 3 equals 0, my other mini equation. And I'm just going to solve. All right, divide by 2, x equals 0. 1 answer. Okay. Plus 3, x equals 3. Second answer. Plus 3, I get the same answer again, but that's okay. I still got 3 answers, even though 2 of them are the same. And we're going to see why that is later. Oh, example 2, I forgot to put an equals 0. My bad. So put an equals 0 there. I got to go back and fix that. Okay, now, x to the 4th, I see 4 answers. Okay, so I need 4 answers because of the x to the 4th. So I'm going to factor. But before I do anything, I notice that they all have a common multiple of 4. So before I do anything, I'm just take out my 4. Make it easier. If I can common factor, I will. That's going to leave me an x to the 4th minus a 10x squared plus 9. Okay? Now, let's factor again. Well, I'm going to factor like this. I know to get an x to the 4th, I can go x squared x squared. And to get a 9, I can use 3 and 3, nope, or 1 and 9. Yeah, but how about a negative 1 and a negative 9, because they will multiply to make the positive 9, but they'll also add, if I do my double smiley to make the negative 10x squared. Now, these will factor again. So I'm looking for 4 answers. How about 4 mini equations? Okay, so I will have if I factor this one again, x plus 1, x minus 1. Okay, difference of squares. And if I factor the x squared minus 9, I'll get an x plus 3, x minus 3 equals 0. Okay. Now I've got 4 mini equations. Now the 4 does not have an x, so we don't even use it. The 4, in fact, if you want to divide by 4, the 4 kind of disappears. But I want to solve for x. So mini equation 1, x plus 1 equals 0. Mini equation 2, x minus 1 equals 0. Mini equation 3, x plus 3 equals 0. And mini equation 4, x minus 3 equals 0. And then I'm just going to solve. Minus 1, x equals negative 1. Plus 1, x equals 1. Minus 3, x equals negative 3. And plus 3, x equals 3. I have 4 equations. I have 4 answers, don't I? I have 4 answers, which is what I thought I'd get because of the x to the 4th. Okay. Number 3. So I should have 5 answers. But I'm going to get a bunch of repeat answers. But I will show you how that works, okay? So, before I do anything, I want to bring this 14x cubed over. So what I'm going to do is subtract 14x cubed to bring it over, and I'm going to put things in order. I want to put them in order. So, I'll go 2x to the 5th minus, because I have to subtract it, bring it over, minus 14x cubed plus 24x equals 0. Okay? All right, now looking at this darn thing, before I do a whole lot, I think they might have an x in common. They all seem to have an x in common. So let's take out that common x and find out what I have left. I'd have a 2x to the 4th minus a 14x squared plus 24. Oh, I could have taken out more. Let's take out a 2x. You guys are probably yelling at me, Mr. Davis, you can take out a 2. Duh. How about that? 7 and a 12. Okay, that's much easier. Yeah, that's much easier. Sorry, my bad. Okay, let me rewrite this. So I'd have an x to the 4th minus a 7x squared plus 12 equals 0. Okay, there we go. Now, let's factor again. X squared minus 3 minus 4. Okay? Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. If I do my double smiley, I get a negative 4x squared. Negative 3x squared makes a negative 7x. Okay? This will factor again. This one right here. So let me go ahead and make it 2x times a x squared minus 3. And if I factor the x squared minus 4, it'll be x plus 2x minus 2. Okay? Now I'm running out of room, but I'll put it on a separate sheet of paper. I'll just put it down here, okay? Get this paper out. So, I'm going to go 2x equals 0. X squared minus 3 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0. And x minus 2 equals 0, okay? So then, I'm going to solve. Okay, I'm going to just solve. Divide by 2. One answer is x equals 0. Now this one's different. Let's come back to this one. Let's do these two first. We'll come back to this one, okay? Minus 2, x equals negative 2, plus 2, x equals 2, okay? So I've got 3 of my answers. Now the other 2 are going to be from this. Plus 3, x squared equals 3. And then I'm going to take the square root of this. And remember, 2 answers. I'm going to take the square root of this. 2 answers. So I need 2 answers. I'm going to have plus or minus the square root of 3. It has to be the positive and the negative. So I got 2 answers, the square root of 3, which is about 1.73, and negative 1.73. But I'm just going to leave it like this, okay? So it's a positive and a negative for my 2 answers, okay? That was a little bit harder, but hey, we can do it. We can do this, okay? All right, next page. right, now, how about this one? Well, first thing I'm going to do is pick up the 16x squared and put it right in the middle. So it equals 0. They need to equal 0. So 2x to the fourth minus 16x squared plus 32, okay? Bring it over, put them in order, okay? Second step, I think they have a common multiple of 2, but that's it. So if I take out a 2, of an x to the fourth minus an 8x squared plus 16. Okay. I'm going to need probably a 4 and a 4, but a negative 4, negative 4. X. I'm going to go x squared, x squared. I want to go plus 4 and minus, oh, no, I'm sorry, minus 4, minus 4. Minus 4, minus 4. Almost made another mistake. Negative 4 times negative 4. Positive 16. If I do my double smiley, negative 4x squared, another negative 4x squared. So then, let's factor again. This will factor into x plus 2, x minus 2, another x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay, so for the mini equations, I think you kind of got it figured out. So the 2 does not have an x, so the 2 isn't an equation. But here we're going to get x equals negative 2. Here we're going to get x equals 2. Here we're going to get x equals negative 2. Here we're going to get x equals 2. And there's all 4 equations. Now some of these are what we call repeat answers, but they're still all 4 answers. And the repeat answers we'll talk about later. All right, last but not least, let's make an equation, okay? So if these are the zeros, let's start with the negative 3 first. So if x equals negative 3, okay, we're going to make the equation. So if we got x equals negative 3, then that came from x plus 3 equals 0, right? I mean, if I had this mini equation and solve that, I get that, okay? Then the next thing, if I had x equals a 1/2 and if x equals a negative 1/2, if those are the answers, and that's from this one, plus and minus, then I would have had a 2x equals 1, and then I would have had a 2x minus 1 equals 0, so that I could have gotten that answer of 1/2. Same thing over here. I would have had a 2x equals negative 1 if I solved it, and then I would have had a 2x plus 1 equals 0. Okay? So if I solve 2x plus 1, I'd get a negative 1/2. Now, my polynomial would have been this. So my answer would be, I like p of x. My answer would be, let's see, I'd have an x plus 3, because that would give me an answer of a negative 3. I'd have a 2x minus 1, because that would give me an answer of a positive 1/2. And I'd have a 2x plus 1, because that would give me an answer of negative 1/2. Okay, that is the question to this answer. It's kind of like doing Jeopardy. This is the question. Well, the question is, I like Jeopardy. Okay, and that's all I have. I'm going to put this up, and this is due Monday. This assignment's due Monday, okay? Because we're going to take a quiz in between.